So today we are going to compare two the life story of two real persons, and later we will find out that who should be considered successful and who should not be considered. First of all, if I talk about if, see, I consider every work equal. No matter what work you are doing, everything is equal in my eyes. But but if I really have to choose among those, that what profession I like the best, I admire the best, that is of an artist. Because without creativity, we are nothing. We should not call ourselves as humans. Without art, what is this earth? It is just a piece of rock. So if we are not being creative, and a artist, you must have seen that they lead a very, what I can say, life that is not luxurious every time. Most of them are rewarded, or most of them gain fame after their death. So so being an artist is hard. You are giving up all those things that the society is forcing you to do, and you are following the instructions that are coming from your heart. So that is why I admire an artist the most. And the story that I'm going to tell is about two poets. They are very renowned poets. I will tell their name at last. Maybe in my story there will be a little here and there, because see, nothing matters in this world. We all have read it from history, and maybe what I'm going to recall, it may not be 100% accurate, but it will be 90%. And the overall story is is somewhat the same. So the first one is, there is a poet. There lived a poet, and he used to live in a village. He used to live with peace, a humble life, a satisfied life, to be told. He used to love a girl in that village, and he was leading a satisfied life. But one day, a proposal came from a king, that the king wants the guy, the poet, to marry his daughter, and the king will give him an area to rule. So the poet, oh no, see, the first thing is, the king offered the poet to be a member of his cabinet, and this is this is a big opportunity, right? It is equivalent to like a very good post. Okay, so he was given an opportunity to be a part, to be a member of king's cabinet, and this is a big opportunity. Everyone in his village came to admire him, to congratulate him that he is going to be the king's poet. And this is similar to compare it to today's world. When you get a good job, or when you used to get a good position in the government, everyone comes to congratulate you. The society comes to congratulate you, but he didn't knew that what he is going to miss. At first he was a bit decisive. He was a bit confused that should I take the offer, because I have to leave my village where I used to love a girl, where I used to get the peace, the satisfaction, the motivation to write. Should I leave it? But he can't reject the offer he got. So what he did was he went he went to the king's he went to be the king's poet, and he has to leave his hometown like we used to leave our hometown for a job. Then then he worked well. Then he then he proved that he is a good leader, and the kings offered him another thing, that is, you can marry my daughter at and you will be given another district or area to rule over. At that time he understood that he was feeling the emotion of alienation, means he was not able to do what his basic nature is. He's feeling the void inside him. He's feeling the emptiness inside him. And because he was not a person who can work under someone, creativity or emotions doesn't express themselves when you work under something or someone. They unleash when you are free, when you are unbounded, when you are great. So what he does is, again, he was confused, but he can't reject it, because A king's position, according to the societal hierarchy, is much greater than of a poet, and he got the opportunity to be a king, and that's why he married the princess and got the position of a king. But as you know, a poet is more of an emotional being, and the king uses his brain more than of his heart. He doesn't allow emotions to cover his brain, because he have to take decisions that must protect the interests of the public, and sometimes you have to put away your emotions to take the hard decisions. And a poet can never be a very good king, because to be a king you have to take some hard decisions, you have to go to wars. The members of his cabinet used to tell him that my lord, you have to attack your neighbor, you have to do this, you have to do that. But he was never fond of attacking someone, he was never fond of war, because a poet was never fond of harming someone. So there there the people saw that he was not a good king, and slowly a community started to build up against him, because he was not ruling very greatly. And his wife also tries to tell him, his wife also tells him every day that you are not ruling this in a good manner. My father gifted it to you, my father gave this position to you, but you are not using this opportunity, you are not ruling this, you are not a great king. And he was facing backlash from the outer world, that is from his kingdom, and in his home also, that is from his wife. And he was exhausted, because he was already feeling alienated, because he left his satisfaction, his peace, his inner calling there, and came to become the king's poet. And there he chose another decision based upon the materialistic wealth, based upon the appreciation that he is getting, based upon all those things. And one day he left everything and came back to his hometown, came back to his hometown to meet his lover. He went to his lover's home, and he told that he left everything only for her, because without her he is incomplete. But he found out that she was already married. She was also having kids. Then he knew that he was defeated from every aspect of life. He lost everything, and later, nobody knows about him, where he went. Somebody tells that he went to a jungle and lived the remaining part of his life. Somebody tells some other thing, but nobody knows what happened to him later. The first story is of this guy. He rose from the position of a poet to a minister, then to a king, and again left everything because the thing that mattered the most is far beyond the materialistic field you are running behind. And next one is another poet's biography. The next one is also a poet. He used to live in a village. He used to live a very simple life. You sometimes he don't have money to have 3 meals a day. Maybe in the outer world he is poor. He is not that much resourceful, but in the inside he is like a king because he is doing whatever he wants. He doesn't fall for the societal appreciation or pressure. He doesn't want anything. He is also a great poet, famous one. So, in that area, the king's poet also used to admire him. Everyone used to admire him. During his illness, he was suffering. Those days, the king's poet approached him. The king's poet told that I want to meet you. The poet said that whenever you want to meet me, you can. You are members of the king's cabinet. You can meet me. You have such power. You are my friend. You are like my friend. Whenever you are also a poet, we share the same domain. You can meet me whenever you want. Then he told. Then the king's poet came. He was also holding a good position in the ruler's government. He came with a huge, that when a minister comes, he comes in a car and a huge crowd follows him. 10 to 15 cars comes with him. His bodyguards comes with him. Just like that, he came on a horse. 10, 15 elephants came. Soldiers came. A crowd gathered outside the house. Then the poet entered, and two poets are having conversation. A good, healthy conversation was held. regarding the field of poetry, writing, creativity, etc. Later, what happened is later later he was the king's poet offered that my king admired you, my king respects you as well. If I talk about you to my king, then he will also give you a good position in the government, and you will also get all these things that I have. You will get respect, you will get everything that people chase. Then the poet replied that I am the servant of the Lord. I'm already having, I'm already serving my Lord. And to shift from serving a Lord to serving a human is a downgrade, is not a promotion, is a demotion in my eyes. And that's why I can't take it. Because maybe in your eyes it is a promotion, but in my eyes it is a demotion. And after that, he told, after that, he rejected and lived the remaining part of his life happily there, writing poetry, roaming around. And if now I will ask you to compare whom you will say that had the happiest life. For a young person may always choose the first one because उसको सब मिला नाम शोहरत पैसा, he got everything, but the second one got nothing in the eyes of a young man, but in the eyes of a old man who has wisdom, he got everything. The second one was more successful because he knew what he needed, what mattered, what not. Everything what you are having here is like a dream, and how much wealth you possess in a dream is insignificant. How much money you have is insignificant. How much power you have is insignificant. Because one day you have to leave it all. Just like a dream. If a person wakes, his dream breaks. Just like the same thing. One day, all this is just gonna vanish like nothing. So the first story that I have told is of Kalidas, and the second one is of Tulsidas. Maybe there may be some here and there, but the overall part is same. And I guess this is it. Rahim visited Tulsidas and give that offer to work under Akbar, but he refused. हम चाकर रघुवीर के पतली खो दरबार आंखें किसी से भी हम अब मिलाते हैं नहीं तेरे दिल जैसा आशिकी निहार दे तेरे दिल में जो है से जाते हम नहीं तेरे आशिकी में ये अब बेकार दे